Yo, what up? What's poppin'? Back at it again with another motivational video for y'all. And this is a video for my hip hop artists, my rap artists, but it really doesn't make a difference of what type of genre of music it is that you do, but I mainly want to give my rap artists some motivation. What I want to discuss with y'all is that when it comes down to being in the rap game, when it comes down to being in the music industry, it's very important to make sure that you have creative freedom. Creative freedom is something that a lot of artists in the rap game don't have. Creative freedom is also something that a lot of artists in the music industry don't have. But it's very important for you to have creative freedom. Like signing to a major label, signing to these labels, getting a distribution with a company, whether it's like Atlantic or whether it's like Interscope or whether it's like Warner Brother Records. Like, what I mean? A lot of times they're going to try to force you to be the type of artist that you're really not. They're gonna try to force you to write a song that you really don't want to write about. And then it's like when it comes down to you doing like an interview on a certain platform, they want you to be a certain way when you know good and well that you're the type of person to be outspoken. We living in a day and age now where being an independent artist is definitely key if you want to make sure that you have creative freedom. See, back in the 90s, like when it came down to being independent, to being like underground. See, back in the 90s, mainstream hip hop, like when you heard like about a rapper being signed to a major label back in the 90s. See, back in the 90s, it was all about lyricism. It was all about artists that take their craft seriously. It was all about, like artists that had skills at what they did. See, now these days, when it comes down to mainstream hip hop, it seems like now these days to be a lyricist, to be a rapper, you don't even really gotta have that much skill. I mean, you do gotta have skill to be a lyricist, but what I mean? It's like you don't really gotta have much skill in order to be a rapper. It seems like everybody wants to be a rapper now, but you see, they don't really have enough artists in the music industry that take their craft seriously. They just want to be rich and they just want to be famous. That's all it is. Like we need more artists that are going to take their craft seriously. I mean, when it comes down to 90s hip hop, I grew up on 90s hip hop. I mean, I'm influenced by 90s hip hop. Like 90s hip hop was when hip hop was in its truest form. 90s hip hop is when hip hop was like in its purest form. You know what I mean? Because it seems like in the 2000s, I mean, in the early 2000s, like you still have like rappers that were lyrical in the early 2000s because when 50 Cent had came out with his debut album Get Rich or Die Trying, I mean, Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent, that's 50 Cent's like best album. Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent, that album is a masterpiece. That album is a classic. You know what I mean? But it seems like I would say like around the years of, I probably say like around maybe 2008, 2009. That's kind of like when hip hop started to go a little downhill. We'll probably say like around 2007. Yeah, 2007. That's pretty much when hip hop kind of started to like degrade. It kind of started to go a little downhill because I know Soldier Boy had came out with the song Crank That back in 2009. Like that's when hip hop started to go a little downhill. But yeah, to all the artists out there, to all the rappers, the lyricists, your creative freedom is very important to you as an artist. You know what I mean? Being an independent artist is definitely key in this day and age. Yeah, because I mean, back in the 90s when Wu-Tang Clan, when they came out with their song Protect Your Neck, I mean, when the song had came out, they was independent, but they ended up getting a deal with Loud Records. They ended up signing to Loud Records, like with a 5-year plan. Yeah, Steve Rifkin, he has signed them. He has signed Wu Tang Clan to Loud. But yeah, if you look at the Wu Tang and American Saga, when RZA he was trying to like promote the record, he was like going to different like CEOs of record companies and stuff and executives, like giving them the tapes and showing them the record Protect Your Neck. And like, yeah, like there wasn't really like a lot of record companies that were like interested. And yeah, you see, being an independent artist like back in the 90s, everybody has a story to tell. Everybody has a story to tell. And you see, a lot of people felt some type of way about RZA wanting to like sign to a new label, Loud Records, because at that time, back in the 90s, back in like 93, 92, because that's when Wu Tang Clan had came out with the song Protect Your Neck. Like, Loud Records was like a new record label, but it's the label that led every every artist in Wu-Tang Clan get solo deals. Loud Records was the only label that did that. And Loud Records also gave Wu-Tang Clan creative freedom. So yeah, creative freedom is very important to you as an artist. Just be yourself. There's nothing wrong about wanting to be yourself, but a lot of times when you sign to a major label, these companies, these major labels, they don't really let the artists be their self. Yeah, don't put yourself in that bad situation. I just wanted to share this video with y'all, chat with y'all, give my fellow rap artists some motivation. Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on my channel, comment, share, like the video. Love y'all.